Hello, welcome to PCM. PCM is a software for financial services to manage their inventories and also their customers and keep track of their profits. So I'm going to show you a demo of how you can use the software in this video. In order to do that, we need to first go to pcm.revolufy.com. Hit on the login button. Since you don't have any accounts yet, you have to sign up first. You can put in your email, first name, last name, and password. So for this example, I'm using test@pcm.com, John Doe, and for password, I'm putting my password in, confirming it, and then hit on the register button. After that, you need to log into PCM. Put your email, the password that you chose, and hit on the login button. As you can see here, you need to set up your store first. In order to do that, we put our store name. For here, I'm going to put the store 1 as an example. Some store description. Your store phone. So all this information will be used on your invoices to the customers. Your store base currency, your address, and the number of days that the order can be changed. So you cannot change the order like forever after it's submitted. So after you save the store successfully, you can go to your dashboard. Here you can see your total revenue, profit, and orders. You can see a list of transactions and also your profits. You can see different time periods to see the profit. Since we don't have any transactions yet, there is no profit there. If you go to the accounts tab, you can see there is a default account created for you, which is named Cash Canadian. So we are going to add a new account. We can name it US dollar. Change the inventory code to US dollar, put some description there, no initial balance, save. You can add another account, for example Iranian Rial. We are gonna treat it the same as Tuman, but for the sake of currency name, we just name it Iranian Rial. So we put the Iranian Rial Sadarat, put some description. We can put some initial balance for Rial so that we have an account with initial balance, but we have to put average value for our money so we can calculate the profits when we start selling off this inventory. So for this case, we are gonna put like 50 million Rial, and then, or Tuman actually, and then we don't consider the last zero. And then you can put like 5,555 Canadian dollar, and then you can save. You can see the list of profits here. For the accounts which are Canadian, there is no profit. If you go to each account, you can see you can modify some information like name, description, and you can even disable the account. If we add another Canadian account, for example TD Bank, we put some initial balance for this account, and then if we go to the account, we can see there is a change balance button that you can deposit and withdraw money from to this account and from this account. So let's say we want to deposit $1,000 to this account. Save. Let's say you have a contractor coming in and you want to give the person like $500, so you withdraw from this account. So you can keep working with this account and the balance is always up to date. Hit the save and you can see the quantity, the node, and also who created this transaction. This is the list of all your accounts here with their profits and balance. And then after that you have customers which they are gonna deal with you. You can add new customers by going to the customers tab, hit the new add customer, put some name, some phone number, put the customer email address. So the customers are identified by their phone number. So the phone number should be unique for each customer. As you can see, you can change some information about the customer. You can put in some address. You can put in the date of birth of the customer, ID type, ID number, issue date, ID expiry date. So let's choose a date for this customer. Just passport for the ID type, just put in some number. You can put driving license and their driving license number. Oh, 2020. Oh, that's not the issue date, so let's put in 2018. And then expiry date, we can put it like 2020, anytime. And then you can see there is a risk for this account customer, so you can change it from 0 to 100, whatever you want. And if you do go to the customers, you can see the risk of the customer, working with customer, and some customer code that you can see. They can use that in order for future interactions with you. You can add staffs to your store. So just staff 1, just some last name, staff email. I'm gonna put some example here. We can put it some password, some easy password, and then later on the staff can go and change the password. We can give them a role of staff. There is admin too, and status can be active and disabled. So for active, they can work. For disabled, they cannot log in. As you can see, that's our staff. We can see our store information, change it. We can see our profile. We can change our password here in the profile tab. And let's go to the orders. Here is all the old orders that you have done. As you can see, you can add a new order by hitting that new order button or on the left. For adding a new order, we can choose the customer or add a new customer. So let's choose the first customer. You can add a beneficiary customer or just leave it. So in this case, we are buying a US dollar. Let's put in $2,000, and we can say 2,000 US is let me see, $2,620 Canadian dollars. And where do we want to put this money to? We are going to deposit it to Canadian cash. We can add more bank information to this order, add any additional information, add any reason for the order. For example, this is just an exchange. And do you need to report it to FinTrack or no? We just say no because the amount is like $2,000, so it's not that much. And we can just check the rates. Everything is on the point. Yes, they are correct. Oops, something went wrong. Let's see what happened. Account cash Canadian does not have sufficient fund. And yes, this is correct because we are buying, so we have to give Canadian to the customer, and the balance is 0. So we choose another account, which is TD Bank, instead of cash Canadian. So we are giving them some check. So the transaction went through. As you can see, we are updating the Canadian cash account with some money. Let's say $10,000. We have cash, we want to put it in there. Okay, great. And then this is our transaction that we just finished. You can see the rate, you can see the customer, you can see the date. And then let's do another transaction. For this case, we are gonna add customer 2 because we want to distinguish them for this case. customer2@gmail.com. We can add some information about the customer here. Oops. And then hit the save. And choose your customer. And then in this case, we are selling. And we are selling US dollar. We want to see how we can make profit. Let's say 1500. And that 1500 is 1995 Canadian. And since we are selling, which account we are depositing our Canadian money to, we are putting it in our bank. And then does it need to be reported to FinTrack? No. Here is the confirmation. Yes, that's correct. And we can see who created and who updated the transaction here. We can even print the invoice. As you can see, invoice number, store information, date, ordering client. Since there is no beneficiary client, it's empty. And the item that we just did, USD 1500, and we can even print it. And if we go to the dashboard, hey, we just made $30 because of the change in the rating of the money that we bought and sold. And here are the list of transactions which are up to date. As you can see, for the deposit, which is Canadian, there is no rate, but for the other ones it's just calculated. And in the invoice, you can see your invoices. You can search for them. You can choose a date range. You can download them in an XML file. In this case, I think I don't have Excel activated on this computer, but I think it's just gonna show it. So for oops. Yeah, I think the recorder didn't capture the XML file, but you can see the XML file and then edit it. So let's do another order which we want to report it to FinTrack. So in this case, it's customer number 3. We are buying from that person. It's a US dollar. We're gonna put some high amount, so it's gonna be 10,000 Canadian. So let's see, $7,633 USD, and it's gonna be 10,000 Canadian. We can choose one of our Canadian accounts to give the money to that person and say, hey, this needs to be reported to FinTrack. So we need to put a report due date of 7 days or something like that. So we can put any reason of the order. So we can use that information when we are reporting it to FinTrack. For example, this is exchange student. So we can select the report due date to be 5 days or 7 days from now on. Here is the rates. That's correct. And yeah. If we go to the FinTrack reports, we can see this one is showing up. So if, let's say, it's 12th and we already reported that transaction, we say yes, save it, and then if we go to the FinTrack tab, it's empty. So you can keep track of what needs to be reported. And here is the invoice. And you can see your profile here. And also, we need to log in using the staff that I just created. Let's log out of this account. Use the staff account to log in. So the same as your staff. So you can see they cannot, if you go to the dashboard, they cannot see any profit here. They can just see the transactions. They can see the accounts, but they cannot deposit or withdraw from it. And if they go to, yeah, they cannot do anything here. And if they go to the orders, they cannot see the orders because it only shows the orders that they worked on. So if you give them the role of admin, they can see. So in order to show like how it works, let's add a new customer for the staff case. We name it customer staff so we can distinguish it with other cases. Put some phone number there. The phone numbers should be unique. So we're gonna say customer X staff or something. So we are just gonna do a simple cell. So we can show, hey, admin can see the orders for the staffs, but the staffs can only see their orders. So it's gonna be like a security safe for the admins. So if we go to the dashboard, no profits yet, orders just one, which this staff is just did. And if we go to the customers, we can see that customer there, and staff can also change their password using the profile tab. Almost everything can be seen here. So let's log in using our test or admin account. So if we log in, hi, that's the cell the staff just did, so we can see it. Hey, that's the order. So this is just for the security purpose, so all the staffs can just see their own stuff, and this is the profit which is increased. Hey, we are making money. So total revenue and today's profit. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching.